Back at the Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria, the Westech team and driver Felix Sorales doing their habitual track walk. On Friday, pretty much every driver and team will have the opportunity to take a closer look at the circuit. This is a vital part of the preparation for the race weekend, especially if the driver has not been to the track before.
You just mostly look for the apex corners and, see where all the braking point is, see if any of the, inside or outside curves change, see if small details can make a big difference during practice, so you just have a bigger advantage to go into practice well known of the environment.
This 4-kilometre hike is absolutely crucial. You learn the nuances of the track, you work things out with your engineer, and even factors like the wind direction can become very important during the race. Nothing is left to chance.
It has quite a huge effect on some of the turns. It depends when they're sheltered like this one is, having trees surrounding it, it's not so bad. On the more open areas, the car is blown around quite a bit, which will then change the braking areas and the turn-in points that the drivers would use. So they have to be quite adaptable when the wind changes.
Being prepared, knowing about the wind, the grip, the track surface, they're vital tools, as vital as the driver's prime tool, the steering wheel that controls the car, at least allegedly. Let's take a look then at a Formula 3 wheel.
Now we are into the car and I'm going to show you the steering wheel and all of his functions. For this year we have a new steering wheel which is operated by paddle shift, so we don't have anymore the old stick or lever to change gear. We have a lot of functions here. I'm going to explain you a little bit what does everything. It's quite easy because everything is right down, but the green one is the radio button, so by pressing it we can talk with our team, which is in the pit box. Then the pit lane speed limiter. Like this, we have a limit of 60 km per hour when we are driving through the pit lane. Then we have two black buttons, which are to change the pages that we see here in the screen inside the steering wheel, to change from watching water temperature, times, gears, and a lot of things we can see, as well the braking balance. Then we have a multi-button. This is a multifunction button. With this button we can change from the times or the sector we want, how we want to see it, or it's also something to disconnect some emergency mode that the car has. And then the reverse button is when we spin or we have a problem, we need to go backward. This is a map. It's also very helpful for us because when we are the first time on track, we don't know the corner numbers, so every team put the numbers here, so when we want to talk with the team and say I'm in corner number 3, you can check the map, say yeah, I'm right in corner number 3, on where there is a problem. Sometimes your engineer during the race said be careful, yellow flags in corner 12. Here as well we have the lights to see the rev of the engine, so when they are coming up, we know when they are at the end we need to shift to change for the next gear. And also here two lights which show us if there is any emergency mode in the car and we need to stop because the engine is too hot or another reason.
Well, Alex Torrell didn't go too well in second qualifying. The Spaniard only 18th on the grid on his T-Bond car, but he's only a second off pole sitter Antonio Giovinazzi.
We was already fast from the pre-season test here, and I come here really positive. We changed also the car, so yeah, I was really positive honestly before the qualifying, and I'm really happy for the result.
Not happy after qualifying, though, the championship rivals. Esteban Ocon in 6th, Max Verstappen right behind him, 7th on the grid, so they will both need a good getaway for round 2 in Austria. The yellow Delaras of Jagonia IAM making a good getaway. Lucas Auer in the orange car, looking around the outside of Antonio Fuoco to try and hold on to 3rd. They avoid through the first corner any dramas, but Auer having to run very wide indeed. Esteban Ocon grabbing 5th place, and at the hairpin, Fuoco passing Tom Blomqvist on the inside for 2nd place. Auer again very wide, losing a place to his teammates. 27 Felix Rosenqvist in the first of the orange cars. Ocon passed both a lap later. Max Verstappen trying to follow him as well, but made a mistake at the final corner. Under pressure there from Jake Dennis. Dennis going by Verstappen and teammate Jordan King doing so as well. This is Dennis and Verstappen making contact down the straight. Could have been nasty. Max Verstappen trying to go around the outside of Jordan King at turn 2. King spinning as he goes over the bumpy curb on the inside. No traction, around he goes. Safety car is out. Away from the restart, Tatiana Calderon battling with the yellow car of Sean Gelael. Right behind, Nicholas Latifi, number 1, pushes off Felix Sorales. Not impressed.
The driver who hit me isn't the first time that's hit me. He's taken me out more than a few times this year, but, you know, sometimes the drivers don't use their brains and think they can win the race in one corner.
Dennis van Laar on the inside is Sean Gelael. Outbraking himself, clattering into Gelael, spinning to a halt and bringing out another safety car. At the restart, Antonio Giovinazzi getting away, right behind him. Fuoco and Blomqvist. Blomqvist towing up behind as Ocon tries to hold off the orange car, Felix Rosenqvist. The Swede makes contact. The safety car is out again.
Yeah, it's not my lucky weekend at all, and definitely the worst of the season. I just defend from him, and I misjudged the space that was between me and him, and we touch. So yeah, my mistake.
I wanted to do like an undercut in turn 1 to take him on the exit, and then in the braking he just moved too much, so there was no more space for me, and I didn't want to go in the grass, so I just stayed, and then he touched my wheel, and that was it.
Both of them out, most depressingly for Rosenqvist, who won all 3 races in 2013. Ocon was dropped 10 places on the race 3 grid for causing the accident. Meanwhile, Antonio Giovinazzi extending his lead. However, safety car deployed for the 3rd time as Spike Goddard hits Roy Nissany and then flies through the field like a cannonball, cannoning into Sandro Zeller, who was very fortunate that it missed his head. Giovinazzi left too much space behind the safety car, braking and accelerating more than once. He was handed a drive-through penalty close to the end of the race, but he took the checkered flag, seemingly unaware of that penalty. He hadn't been through the pit lane, and as a result of not serving the drive-through, he was handed a 20-second penalty, giving victory to Antonio Fuoco, with Blomqvist and Lucas Auer making it 2nd and 3rd. Max Verstappen up to 4th place. Gustavo Menezes in 5th, who started from 13th on the grid. And Ed Jones, 6th place, his first points after his return to form. Well, take them how you can get them. Antonio Fuoco's fans were very happy, celebrating the Ferrari Junior driver's victory. It was the Italians' first win since the season opener at Silverstone almost 4 months ago.
I managed to stay behind Antonio because he was really fast. And then on the second safety car, maybe he overtake the safety car before the line, I don't know. And then on the 3rd safety car, he do much space, and then he go full throttle and brake, so he do drive through.
I feel a bit sorry for him because, you know, he's had a tough few races now, and again, you know, a bit of a silly thing to do, really. But I mean, the kid's got pace and stuff, so hopefully he can bounce back in the final race.
In the restart, there was always happening a lot, so I was quite calm, and then just took the advantage.
So plenty of action so far at the Red Bull Ring, and the final race yet to come. Stay with us for all the action from Austria.